Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 10th. We're just going to jump right in here, Libra, and we are going to look at your general energies in this first row right here. In your next row, we're going to look at anything unexpected that could be coming in for you. It's crazy to me that you have this exposed card and the Ace of Swords. Aquarius had something very similar about like the truth being exposed or something like that. So it could just be the astrology causing this. In your next row, we're going to look at any messages from your future self in this row here. And then in your last row, we're going to look at the good stuff. Basically anything positive or good. So it doesn't matter what shows up here. It's going to be positive no matter what, even though you have the Ten of Swords. So there you go. We're also going to pull 5 main themes at the end, and I am going to pull a personalish question as well. So you start off with this siren card. It says a temptation may lead you astray. Yeah, so don't get tempted. It's funny because I'm getting moon vibes here. The moon normally has 2 pillars on the moon. Yeah, at the end here, you have this power card, which kind of has 2 pillars on it. I'll show you in a minute. And it has the sun and the moon inside of those 2 pillars. So the 2 pillars on the moon card in the tarot, they are a warning to the fool that he needs to keep going on his path. He needs to not stop, and he needs to keep working towards the mountain. You have the mountains right here, this mountain card, which literally says challenges and achievements on it. So I feel like there are achievements. And again, mountains and tarot represent achievements. You have the Ace of Swords here, which is above the mountains on the Ace of Swords. I'll show you that in a minute as well. So clearly there are some achievements coming in for you, but you need to stay on your path and don't get distracted is what this is telling me. You have the 5 of Cups. Could have been a recent disappointment that could be distracting. The Page of Wands and the 3 of Wands. Again, I am getting here that if you've recently experienced like a loss or a disappointment, I feel like it's fine. You know, of course, have your pity party. I made a rule with myself years ago. It's like you can have your pity party for a day, and then you need to move on. then you need to pull your head out of your butt and start moving forward, right? That's my own. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm saying that's my own personal rule, right? And so I would, I kind of feel like you're getting to that point where maybe it's time to start moving forward if you're having a pity party or whatever. You have the 3 of Wands here, which it kind of just says like take the first step. You don't even have to do anything big if you don't feel like it. Like maybe you went through a breakup. This is saying just do something small to get you. Stop watching tarot, right? That's the first thing. If you went through a breakup, or maybe instead of watching 100 videos during the day, you just watch like 99. Like, take one tiny little step to move forward. That's what I would do here. You have the Page of Wands. Time to get out of the house. Time to go on an adventure. You even have the World here as well. So I feel you need to find your enthusiasm again. Those are like the words that are popping into my head. Maybe you just need to find something to get excited about or something that kind of fires you up. I do also feel that there could be a fire sign coming in for you. You have Leo and Aries showing up here. So if you're looking for love, could be a Leo or an Aries coming in for you. You have the 3 of Wands as well. So again, I feel like this is something that's going to require strength, which we see here, because you have the 3 of Wands strength card in the World. It's saying that it might require strength for you to get out into the world, especially if you've been through something difficult like a breakup recently. Maybe you're having a hard time, but again, be kind to yourself. Just take a tiny little step, and I feel that'll move you forward probably the fastest, just kind of starting small. That's what I'm getting here, but I also feel the 3 of Wands is saying, like, what are you waiting for, Libra? With the 5 of Cups, you have the Queen of Pentacles. It wouldn't be a Libra reading without the Queen of Pentacles, I'll tell you what. So Queen of Pentacles is all about resourcefulness, tapping into your resources, using your resources to be successful. So that's exactly what I would do with her. Is I would look at the resources you have and kind of use them to the best of your ability. Could also be an increase in your finances. I feel we're gonna have to look into that. With the Page of Wands, you have the Queen of Swords. I like this. Sorry, my camera might have just gone off, but the Queen of Swords kind of says you see things clearly for the first time. So I feel like you're seeing clearly what you need to do. Again, the clouds are only halfway up her body. And so I feel that some of you could be seeing that you need to end a situation. Look at this, going to the 10 of Swords. Again, the 10 of Swords is showing up in the area of the good stuff. So it's going to be positive no matter what. But what I would say is maybe you're seeing that 5 of Cups. Here's the thing. 5 of Cups is about losing your taste for wine. It's like the whole story of the 5 of Cups is that the guy on the card, he's had too much wine and he's lost he no longer enjoys something that he once enjoyed. So some of you just could be losing your taste for something, and meaning maybe it's a job or a person. And this reading is basically saying you're clear that it's the end, that you need to have a new beginning. With 3 of Wands, you know that a new beginning is going to lead to the most expansion. And again, it's funny I said with the Page of Wands that you need something that makes you feel enthusiastic, or that kind of makes you feel more enthusiasm. And the Ace of Wands is all about enthusiasm, feeling enthusiastic, all sorts of stuff. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this exposed card. I kind of feel like something was exposed, is what this is saying. So maybe a truth came out already and it's already been exposed, or, you know, maybe it's about to be exposed. But I almost get the feeling that I can't go back. Like, I can't go backwards once this has been revealed. I feel like it's already been revealed, whatever this truth is. You have the Ace of Swords. Again, it's above the mountains. So maybe you found out someone cheated or someone did you dirty or something. But I feel that it's almost like being red-pilled. It's like once you see the truth in the world, you can't go back. Kind of like in the movie The Matrix. Once he takes a red pill, he can't go back to the regular world. And I kind of feel that energy for you here. You have the Ace of Swords, the Strength card, and the Hangman. So again, the Ace of Swords is above the mountains. There's clearly some sort of victory coming in for you because, again, the Ace of Swords is above the mountains. I feel like things are coming into balance. You know, there are these 6 golden yachts right here. And they're in perfect balance on the Ace of Swords, so they just kind of represent things coming into balance. So I feel like things are balancing out for you, or will be. You have the Strength card. Again, whatever you're doing is going to require strength. Strength is really about a daily practice. You can see that this lion has its tail between its legs, and it represents the fact that the lion is submitting to her. But she needs to do this every single day. She has to kind of like train her inner beast, her inner monster, her inner lion, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, it's to make sure that it submits to her. So I feel like you are entering into a time where maybe you're putting in some work. And I also feel like you know that. You have the Hangman. The Hangman is about enlightenment. Some of you maybe made a sacrifice as well recently. And, you know, I feel like you're surprised at the answers that you're getting for making the sacrifice that you made. So the Ace of Swords can also represent a sacrifice. But he sacrificed the use of his arms and his legs temporarily, so that he can gain some knowledge or wisdom. So let's see, like, what did you learn in this situation? What has been exposed? With the Ace of Swords, you know, a person could have been juggling you here, Libra, and maybe that's what was exposed if this is a love situation, and that's why you can't go backwards, because maybe you're just not tolerant of cheating, which, you know, of course, who would be? But, you know, I don't know, people go back to cheaters all the time. So what I would say here is I feel like you're not repeating a cycle. You're ending it here because of a truth being exposed. For others, this could be in work or business. And again, it's kind of popping into my head as one of those situations where it's like maybe your boss has been paying you a certain amount of money for a very long period of time. And maybe you go and you see like a job offer for like less than what you do for more money. And maybe you're realizing that your boss has been like cheating you out of money or something like that. That might only be for some of you. And again, I don't think you're really going to do anything other than maybe go apply for that job or get a different job. So, you know, I feel like some of you are making some big changes here. With the Strength card, you have the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's taken strength to walk away from a situation that isn't worth it. See, the thing with the 7 of Pentacles is he's done the work. And I feel like I always say this to you, Libra, is the juice worth the squeeze, right? You always get this card as well. But I feel like you've invested a lot of time, effort, and energy into something. That's what he's looking at. He's looking at those 7 Pentacles. He's saying, I put a lot of work into this. And so you're not sure maybe in the past you weren't sure if you wanted to sacrifice something that you put a lot of work into, but I feel like something has been exposed that's like making things easier. With the Hangman, you have the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups can represent thinking about the past, but it's also forward movement. And the 6 of Cups can be a gift from the universe where maybe you've been bumping up against obstacles in your life. And then when the 6 of Cups comes up, it can say that obstacles are being removed, that you're finally able to move forward from something. And that's kind of like what I feel like is happening for you. You even have this Mountain card next in the area of messages from your future self. And it says Mountain on it. It says challenges and achievements. But, you know, I feel like you're saying challenge accepted. Those are like the words that I'm getting in my head with this Mountain card. So I feel like you know that if you kind of go through something or climb a mountain, that not many people kind of follow this path. That's really what I'm getting here, is that the path that you're on is something that not many people follow. And this is a good thing because it's going to set you above the rest. And I feel that's what you're kind of working towards here. You have the World, the Emperor, and the 8 of Wands. Let me tell you right now, if this is love, I feel like there's someone like very, very good coming in for you here with the Emperor energy. I feel very positive about this card right here. The Strength card, meh, is what I would say. So, you know, again, you could have been dealing with a meh person with that Strength card. Could have been a Leo. And again, you could have been dealing with an Aries, but I feel like this is a new Aries or someone who has Aries in their chart that could be coming in for you with this Emperor energy. If this person is very straightforward, you have the Eight of Wands, which would be very straightforward communication if this is love. I would say even if it's not love, all of you, I feel like, are getting ready to take action. And I feel this is referring to taking action on something that you want to see grow in your life. You also have this Eight of Wands here again, quick success. Pretty much everyone has been getting these cards of like quick success. I've just noticed recently that there's been a lot of Eight of Wands showing up. There's been a lot of these cards that represent this. I kind of feel maybe we're getting a little bit of a, I wouldn't say reward, but it kind of feels like a reward from the universe for all the work that we've been doing. So some of you could be seeing your rewards here. I also feel there's quick movement. So for those of you that want to move, by the way, you could be moving or traveling. You have the World here, again, moving or traveling for some of you. For others, I feel like you're ending a cycle, and your future self is saying it's going to be worth it. You're going through the portal here. I also feel like you're becoming much more powerful. She represents a sorceress, this lady right here. Some people read her as an intersex being as well because she has like mastery over not only her words, but just the world in general. She has two wands. One's like the magician wand. She can manifest things with her thoughts, her just traditional, manifestation practices. The other one's like more practical. She can take the actions that she needs to take to create things in the world. So she kind of is like a perfect combination of all energies. And I feel some of you are kind of, that's what's going on here. You're just like becoming a much more successful because you're doing the work, right? You're climbing the mountain, which, for some of you, I feel like you've been climbing this mountain for a long time. With the World, you have the Page of Swords. Yeah, Page of Swords is a card of curiosity. I actually feel like curiosity would be a good thing for you. Just anything that kind of captures your attention. Again, Page of Wands, Ace of Wands at the beginning of your reading. I feel like sometimes if we're like bored in life or whatever, we kind of need that inspiration. Maybe that's a better word. But I feel like you need something that inspires you, that also makes you feel enthusiastic, like makes you excited again, right? So the Page of Swords says maybe you want to start a business, and it's like, I think with the internet it's a little tricky, right? Because it's like there are all these people that are like, my business makes $10 billion in 30 seconds, right? Which is it's all BS. But, I think the trick is if you really want to start a business, it's like, what do you really want to do? Not just like some get-rich-quick scheme, which isn't going to work right now, especially because of Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus is like, no, you have to build something like slow, but at the same time, with Uranus and Taurus, if you build something slow, guess what? It's going to last a lifetime. If you try to build something fast, then it's just not going to last, plain and simple. So I've been encouraging people to get rich slow. Although, here's the thing. That doesn't sound sexy because everybody wants to get rich quick, right? And people who say they don't are lying. But what I would say is that you will get rich quick if you build something slow. That's the secret, right? It's like getting rich quick is not really getting rich quick, because if you buy into some sort of, overnight marketing campaign scheme or something like that, right, from some bozo on YouTube, then what I would say here is that it's like maybe you make a little bit of money for a little bit of time, but then it's going to go away. So again, don't be afraid to get rich slow. And it's not even slow. It'll be fast. With the Emperor, you have the Sun, a lot of happiness coming in for you. Again, I feel like this person's a little ray of sunshine. So some of you could be attracting a person who literally brightens your day, or vice versa. I mean, I feel like you make each other happy, which is great, but not in the way like you have to do it. I feel like you just naturally make each other happy, which is how it should be. So I feel there's a lot of happiness if this is love. With the Eight of Wands, here you go. Are you kidding? Empress, definitely attracting your divine counterpart. I'm telling you, I've been saying to everyone, it's like if you want love, the end of this year is amazing. And so is next year as well, just the whole year. Because all the 2022 love readings were all pointing to the end of the year, this year, 2022, obviously, for love. And it just seems like one of those times where really if you want to attract a divine counterpart clearly, or, power couple vibes here with these two, you could. Again, if you don't want love, this is like a lot of attention and abundance coming in for you. So love it. Next at the end for the good stuff, you have this power card. And as I was saying, it's like, it's almost like these are, I realize these aren't pillars, but they kind of are pillars right here. And then you see the sun and the moon in the middle. And it was I was talking about the moon card at the beginning. And there's even mountains in the background here, Libra. So I feel for a lot of you, you could be attracting or accomplishing a lot, but it's like saying go towards the mountains. And I also feel like the sun is coming up. The whole point of the moon is that if we choose the path of the moon, which we have to because it's part of the fool's journey, that's how tarot works, then we have to enter into darkness. It's like a period of darkness. But guess what? The moon comes up, then the moon goes down, the sun comes up. So I kind of feel some of you could be moving or leaving behind a moon period. And again, this is the area of the good stuff, so it doesn't matter what shows up here. But you have the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. I kind of feel like an ending was a positive ending, even though Ten of Swords is a bad card. It's a card of something being dead, done, over with. But again, this is the good stuff. He's making a symbol right here with his hand that represents blessings. It's the same symbol that the Hierophant is making on the Hierophant card. So I feel for some of you, after a difficult ending that you've already experienced, clearly based off of this, there could be some blessings coming in for you. You also have these two cards here. I feel like this is saying you're not going to give up on something that you want to accomplish. The Eight of Swords can represent only seeing one way of doing things, and the Nine of Wands just says don't give up. But again, since this is the area of the good stuff, I feel like this is saying you're not giving up on something that you've wanted to accomplish for a long time. Could be financially related. You have a lot of abundance here. You also have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is kind of a card of holding on too tightly to the past, but I feel in the area of the good stuff, it's just saying that you're kind of attracting stability. I'm also getting something about like attention, famous. Like, I'm not saying you're going to become famous here, Libra, but again, if you want like to start a YouTube channel, a podcast, or anything that could get you attention, writing a book, you know, anything like that, I would do it. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Five of Swords. Take a risk. Five of Swords, again, this is the area of the good stuff, so it doesn't matter that's Five of Swords. Five of Swords to me says take a risk, and it'll be worth it. You know, in the area of the good stuff, it says it. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Two of Cups. Again, true love coming in for you. It's like, if you went through a difficult ending, it's leading you to true love. I'm wondering if you're attracting someone who went through something very similar to what you went through. I feel like I said this to you recently, and I'm getting that on this Two of Cups. Like, you could be attracting someone who went through a relationship situation that is, like, shockingly similar to a situation that you went through. So you could be a little surprised. It's like, maybe, you know, you're not supposed to air your dirty laundry on dates, but I don't know, maybe you go on a date with this person, maybe you tell them what you went through. They're like, I went through exactly the same thing. Like, a person cheated on me too, or something like that. You know, it's like maybe you have similar situations, but it's almost like you're each other's reward for what you've been through. I almost get this feeling of like you potentially meeting a person where it's like the person they were supposed to be with chose to mess up, and the same thing happened to you. So you both could be coming off of like soulmate relationships. You know, I say this because Two of Cups can represent a stepping stone soulmate, usually, where it's like you go from one to actually your next soulmate is your true soulmate, whatever you want to call it. So I feel that. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Swords. It's funny that I said cheating, so there you go, Libra. But the Seven of Swords in the area of the good stuff can just represent needing to see other ways of doing things. Again, he's stealing these swords from this army in the background here. And so instead of going to war, he's stealing the swords so they can't be used against him in battle. So it kind of just represents like looking for other ways of doing anything that you want to do. That's not what I want in your life. So that's what I do there. We're going to pull 5 main themes for you here now for the week. So we're going to see what you're dealing with this week. Funny enough, you had both the young man and the young woman card come out here. So that's pretty interesting. But so definitely could be attracting a counterpart. I always clarify these cards with another one. So this younger man card says dealings or relationships with a younger man. Again, you could be dealing with a younger person in general. You both could be young, being together. Again, little ray of sunshine. I said that with the sun. So you could be getting together with a person where you're both maybe you feel younger being together or something like that. But you have this Axe card as well. I didn't read it, so let me read it. It says, forces working against you. Again, there could be like an immature person from your past that's working against you, but really, I kind of feel like you could be attracting a person who's been sharpening their axe. Like, you know, there's someone who is like learning skills in life to be successful, and I feel that. Next, you have this younger woman. It says dealings or relationships with a younger woman. Again, take how it resonates. And you have this tulip card that says great passion. I feel like you need to develop a passion. We talked about this with the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands. It's like having something that excites you, that wakes you up early in the morning or something. Like, I feel like some of you need to figure out if you can develop a passion like that, especially if you're looking for like a business to work on, a side project, a side hustle, anything like that. I would be like saying, you know, what can motivate me? What do I want to do so badly that it's not even work, right? That's what I'd be looking for. Next, you have this dog close up. It says pleasure with close friends, so great time for socializing. Again, in the area of the good stuff, you have that Seven of Swords. He has polka dots on his cloak, and the polka dots in the tarot represent needing to have fun. So I feel like doing things that are more fun, that are more enjoyable, that's what I'd be doing there. You have this bull card that says, do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Mountain, the mountain card. You need to climb the mountain. If you're being given an opportunity that seems difficult or challenging, I would do it. Because, you know, I always tell people, you should be accepting these challenges in life. Because it's like no one else does. So it sets you apart, makes you stronger, makes you better. I would definitely, but this looks like a good thing. Next, you have this wheel card. It says indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. I feel like you maybe need to get off of a wheel and take control of your life, but it kind of looks like you are. Again, I would just move through the darkness with the moon energy that I was getting in this reading. I don't really feel, you don't have the moon card here. You only have the sun. But some of you might be looking at an opportunity and saying like, oh, that's a mountain that I have to climb. I don't want to climb any more mountains. And I'm like, and I would just say, well, suck it up. That's my advice for you, Libra, because I feel like there's a lot of success in climbing whatever mountain is in front of you, whether it's like getting into a new relationship, starting a business, a new business, something different. I would definitely do it. We're going to pull 3 cards now, and I'm going to give you time to think of a question. So these are just going to be for one question. Feel free to pause this reading if you need to think of a question, and I'm going to answer it as if I know what your question is. So you have the Fool, the 9 of Pentacles, and are you kidding me? You have the Moon card, exactly what we're talking about. Go towards the mountains that are in the background here. You will be very successful. Clearly, you're working on like some sort of glow up here. You have the Emperor, the Empress, the 9 of Pentacles. So a lot of you, I feel there's like a very successful new opportunity coming in for you. 9 of Pentacles represents newness. And the Fool says, do it. Take the leap of faith. You end with that 5 of Swords in the area of the good stuff as well. So if you're asking me about like taking some sort of risk, like do I risk getting a new job, starting a new business, whatever? Yes is the answer. Plain and simple. Looks really good, Libra. I like where this is going. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.